Hey guys, so let's get ready for 2025 together. So before I go into 2025 goal planning, I would want to review what exactly I set up for myself in 2024. The one thing I always start with is a key theme, right? So in 2024, my key theme for that year was new beginnings, which is basically me trying my hands out on different things and multiple things and seeing what would work, what I found comfortable, things like that. So going into my goal itself, one of my goals was to hit a subscriber count of 10K. Another one of my goals was to hit 25 million in a particular business across 12 months. Another one of my goals was to build a new stream of income. And I also wanted to learn how to invest and also start investing frequently. Those were the key goals I set out to do in 2024. Now, I think in terms of scoring myself, I probably did 3 or 4 of these goals. I think the one that I did not get right was hitting the 25 million in one particular business, and I'm going to do a separate video for that. After reviewing my 2024 goals, I would also look at certain things that did not work well during the year. It could be bad habits I picked up, it could be key issues that I noticed along the year that wasn't working well, things like that. In 2024, I worked from home a lot. And normally, me being a very active person, I would typically want to go to the gym, go for a walk, things like that. In 2024, I really slacked. I really slacked because, again, in the pursuit of new beginnings, I found myself doing a lot of things and getting burnt out and fatigued and too weak to go to work out. Another one is, naturally, because I spent so much time at home, I spent a lot of money on takeout. After reviewing what my goals were, I would also look at these sort of issues and then factor into my 2025 planning. So the key theme for me, all right, is focus and priority. Now, depending on where you are, if you're a student, there are certain things that you can't, if you're a student, you can't really focus now. You have to do a lot of different things to find what you are comfortable with and what is profitable to do. So when you're doing your own key themes, factor it in mind. Now, the reason why key themes are very important is because if you're like me, you're like an idea house. A lot of ideas pass through your mind, and you want to make sure that once an idea passes through your mind, there's like a quick analysis it can go through to answer your questions, whether to pursue the idea or to kill it dead on arrival. And your key theme is exactly that. One of my goals for next year is to live a more active lifestyle, or to have a more active lifestyle and lose 10 kg. All right, I've shown you guys a picture of me. This was in 2019. In that picture, I was weighing 94 kg or so. I had abs. My chest was chesting. I was a hot cake. Hopefully, I'm still a hot cake. But yeah, I would like to go back to those times. Can I go back to those times within 1 year? Maybe not. I had a lot of time on my hands back then. Right now, there are a lot of things that are happening in my life. So maybe I can't really commit fully into that. But it's something I really want to do. Start with 10 kg. Then maybe 2026, I go another 10 kg. Like that. In each of these goals, I ask myself the what, the why, and then the how. So this particular goal, why do I want to achieve it? Obviously, I'll first tell you guys the vain reason for why I want to achieve this goal. I want to look better in clothes, all right? If I wear a t-shirt, if I wear a suit, if I wear, a traditional attire, I want to look good. That's number one. Number two, I want to live long. I want to live healthy. And if you remember, one of the issues I mentioned was I didn't go out a lot. So this, health goal would help me actually go outside the house. I can go out to the gym, I can go out to play basketball, I can go swimming, things like that. All right? So now let's look at the how. So I'm not going to give myself a very difficult goal here and say, oh, I'm not going to do takeout. I'm going to cut it down. Okay? I'm just going to cut it down. And this is me being honest with myself. I know my limits. I know my max, I know my minimum, I know what exactly I can do. And I'm not going to just veer hard right and put myself in a situation where I know I'm lying to myself. So I still want takeout, but once in a while. In this scenario, I put once in a month here, all right? The next one I said is finding social activities. I kind of touched a bit about this. So basketball, swimming, tennis, going to the gym, stuff like that. So when it comes to monitoring, I always take the numbers in the goal that I've given myself. So for example, I want to lose 10 kg across in a year, right? So that's 10 kg divided by 12. That will give me a number to lose each month, okay? That will give me a number to monitor each month. If I want to cut down my sugar intake, okay, if I want to do a takeout, let me use takeout. If I want to do takeout once a month, that also gives me a number. Okay, you know what? I already bought takeout last week. I'm not buying again this week, no matter what happens. If I'm craving it, fine. I'll wait till the first week next month and then I can buy my takeout. Things like that. Now, when it comes to business goals, I've pretty much continued a similar goal from last year. So this year, my goal is to hit 25 million in a particular business of mine, in one of my online businesses. The reason why I'm saying 25 million gerege is because at the moment, the way Nigeria is set up, any income above 25 million pays a 20% corporate income tax. Anything below, no corporate income tax. Now, what is my why? The first thing is, this is an e-commerce led business. I've been doing this for such a long time, so I have an unfair advantage. It's bread and butter for me. Now let's look at the how. I'm just going to read this off here. Clean up overhead when it comes to advertising, production, and other expenses. You know, again, I've mentioned this before, this particular business is very low maintenance, guys, very low maintenance. And because of that, there's usually like an overspill. Either I'm underspending or overspending when it comes to certain things in the business, especially when it comes to advertising. Sometimes I should probably kill an ad. Sometimes I should definitely do more work where it comes to improving on the customer experience through the ads, through the landing pages, all those sort of things. Okay, so this is where that comes in, just to clean that whole thing up. In terms of numbers, now this particular product that I sell is priced at 61,800. All right, selling the 404 pieces of that will give me 24.94 million, something like that. And that's all I need to do for that particular business. I have other businesses where they have their own separate targets, but this particular business, that's it. Sell 400 pieces in a calendar year, Gucci, you're good to go. When it comes to the monitoring plan, focus on the numbers in the how, just like I said with the health goal. So if I'm pursuing a 24.9 million target in sales, okay, fine. Divide that by 12. That gives me my monthly target. That gives me my quarterly target, okay? If I'm trying to cut down on costs, this particular business, the year budget, the marketing budget for the year, or the operations, yeah. So the operations and marketing budget for this particular business is actually just 4.5 million naira across the year. So if I do that divided by 12, now that I want to clean up costs, reduce overheads, all of that, I have a number to benchmark myself against. So each month I look, did I spend this amount or did I spend less? And then I can vet that same number with my sales target. So if I spent less but I hit my sales target, or hopefully I even made more, fantastic. Now I've shown you guys my business goals. At this point in time, it's very good for me to explain that what you need to achieve these goals, all your goals, is not motivation. I'm sure you've heard it before. What you need is discipline, okay? However, to build that discipline, it's going to involve you and you alone. You are in a constant battle of discipline against yourself. I'm able to achieve these goals, and I'm so guaranteed and sure of myself that I'm going to achieve these goals because I've been able to build a certain discipline over the years. That picture I showed you guys as of 2020, when I was looking, like that. The reason why I did that was the year where I had already started to say, okay, I'm going to lose X number of kg this year. I'm going to have a very strict diet. And because of that, I am going to have abs. I'm going to do this. I'm going to plait my hair. I'm going to look good. I'm going to, come out of my shell, so to speak. And that's exactly what happened. That was the beginning of me building my goals. The next one was then to do my master's. During my master's, I really had a goal that I was going to be one of the best students that come out of that particular graduating set. Thankfully, by God's grace, I was the best student in my department. Well, in my course and in my department. But yeah, so these are the goals I actually set for myself using this same system. And I've used this same system over the years to just keep building my discipline and building my goals. In the scenarios where you are actually achieving your goals, you are achieving your KPIs, you want to make sure that you celebrate those wins. So let's look at the business goal, for example. You have a sales target for a quarter, right? For 24 million, 24 divided by 4 is what? 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So your quota for each month is, let's say, 2.04. I think it's 2.04 million if you're hitting 25. So you have 2.04 million to hit each month as your target, okay? Depending on your business. Most people, the way business works is at the beginning of the business, you start very low. So your target could be maybe 500 to 1 million a month. As you go into Q3, your sales target increases to maybe 1 million, 1.5, and then you go into Q4, gifting period, gifting season, depending on what you sell, and then you begin to hit 2 million a month, 3 million a month, things like that. You can see your forecast or you can see your sales figures go that way. You'll be able to do this if you have a year-on-year data to look at. I'll talk about this on a separate video, guys. Don't worry, I got you guys. This 2025, I got you guys. So if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. But this 2025, I got you guys. Don't worry. All these things I'm explaining, if it's sounding too technical, I'm still going to make other videos and break it down and make it simple for everybody. Okay? But yeah, if you have access to that data, it's easier for you to even know how your sales trajectory is going to go. But make sure that when you're hitting your goals, so going back to what I said earlier, if your goals were to hit 6 million in a quarter and you've hit your 6 million, celebrate that 6 million. Celebrate. Now, it could be celebrating by buying yourself a particular piece of item that is affordable or makes sense. Don't go and buy yourself a Gucci shoe or a gold necklace, right? But, buy something that you look at and you say, yes, this is a reward for my hard work. And this would help you propel into achieving more goals, all right? Make sure you celebrate your wins. Now, with that in mind, I wish you happy planning and an amazing 2025 ahead.